Okay, class. We continue our discussion on literature review. Okay. At the first part, we have discussed there are four types of literature that need to be considered, and I have mentioned three of it. And now we continue to number four. Okay. It's a methodological literature. So, what is methodological literature? It's referred to the articles or sources that we use to look at the methodological part. Okay, so it's very important to find articles that use and cite action research methodology. So it will provide further support of your data gathering and analysis methods. So from the methodological literature, we can explore more on the type of methodology or the type of research, design, technique and strategies to collect the data that suit with our research objective. And review data collection methods and potentially borrow or adapt rubrics or surveys from other studies. So this one refer to the article or research from methodological part or perspective actually will help us to find the best way to collect the data. Sometimes we don't have any idea to how to collect the data, okay, and what kind of rubrics or what kind of instrument that we should use in our study. So by looking at the methodological literature, it will give us some ideas. Okay, so when we know that there are many types of literature, okay, however, when we look at the articles after we organize everything, okay, there are some questions to think about. For example, what was the context of their research? Who involved? Okay, what is a collaborative project? Okay, what action actually took place? Okay, how was data gathered and analyzed? And what ethical consideration have been addressed and how it was addressed? And was the report accessible and useful? And is it possible to replicate the study? Okay, actually sometimes some novice researcher, okay, or some researchers actually replicate the previous study in the new context. For example, the study of Western scientists, okay, in inspiring secondary school students to learn science, okay, was conducted in US. So we can replicate it, okay, in the same by using the same methodology but in a different context. For example, okay, we look how or we explore how the Muslim scholars, Muslim scientists will influence our Tahfiz student in learning science. Okay, so there are two types of research. Okay, they have the same ideas. Okay, what is the importance of role model in influencing student to learn science? But one is from Western, and another one we can replicate it in our country in a Muslim context. So working with literature, there are many things to think about it, okay, because there are lots of activities, lots of process, okay. What you need to do is first is about find it, okay. If you have the topic that you like to explore, or there are something that comes to your mind, okay, about the ideas or the research, something you want to search for, so you need to learn more, okay, to learn how to find the literature. And then when you get a lot of article, okay, you know where to find it, okay, you collect it and manage it, okay. So by reading it efficiently, keeping track of references, writing relevant annotation, some notes or some memo, okay, about your ideas, about your thoughts about from your reading. Okay, number 3 is use it. Okay, how to use the literature? By choosing your research topic, Okay, develop your question. You're arguing the findings, the previous findings, okay, and you're arguing your rationale why you want to do this research, and from designing method. And lastly is to review it. Okay, understanding the literature review's purpose. Okay, of course it was to support our current research, but there are many other purposes. Okay, for example, like to synthesize everything, you can come out with your own logical idea. Okay, we can be rational what we want to explore. Okay, ensuring adequate coverage. Okay, they are not too broad and not too narrow until it's make you difficult to collect the data. And of course, writing it purposefully and working on style and tone. Okay, by using your own writing style or your own personal view. Okay, so after you get to manage everything related to literature, okay, and you do some review, okay, of course you will come to the next stage that's referred to the writing a literature review. Okay, writing literature review is not something easy. Okay, and it's kind of like very prescriptive and involve many steps. So everybody of literature actually is very different. So what can you do? Okay, remember the first one, the purpose. Okay, the purpose of your study. Okay, why we need. It will help you to be more focused. Okay, in order to convey the historical context of the topic. Okay, you look at the trends of the study and what's kind of connection between theory and practice. Number two, okay, summarize each study. After you read, okay, you summarize or you take some notes or do some memo. Okay, make your own reflection about the topic. Okay, and develop an outline using subheading that focus for the review. Okay, for example, like the history of online learning or digital education. Okay, and then you make it focus, okay, the current issue or trends about digital learning. Okay, and so on. And of course, don't forget to include an introduction, okay, at the first part, and also the last part of summary when you're writing a literature review. Okay, so there is a suggestion on how you can organize your subtopic within a literature review. Okay, of course, the first one, you will start with broadly related literature. Okay, for example, my study about international student, I will talk more about who is international student, what they are doing. Okay, how the government perceive the international student enrollment at their university. Okay, and then second, okay, we look at the more similar literature. Okay, for example, like international student adjustment. There are many articles, research, okay, related to it. Okay, and look at the most similar literature and it's lead to your methodology. So there is a literature review template that you can use, okay, to write your literature, okay, in order to plan your action research. Okay, so there is an introduction part. The first one, describe your overall topic, why is it important and why are you interested in it. Okay, and then list any major themes, subtopic, trends in research question, methodology, result or conclusion. And you go to the body. Okay, we can come out with many themes. Okay, team A, team B and so on. Okay, what is the study involved in that part. So there are some checklists. Okay, for number one, of course, we need to identify the possible topics. Okay, like we have discussed last week. And then, have you engaged with reconnaissance to gain insight into your action research topic? Okay, you can use ERIC, Google Scholar or other databases. Okay, in order to find several sources of published literature. And develop an outline for summarizing the literature related to your topic and determine if you need to add more resources to your review of literature. And lastly, class, I want you to do reflection 2. Okay, you need to submit it on week 7, okay, before 5 p.m. So what you need to do is, one, to search and read 4 articles related or close or similar to your research topic or proposed idea, and make a reflection and write about your reflection based on this question, okay, in 2 pages. Number 1, what new insight do previous studies offer regarding of your topic of study, okay. Number 2, how can you build on, extend or challenge previous research or maybe your proposed idea. And as you read about the variety of literature review, which theoretical framework seem to stand out to you as relevant to your research idea? You can propose at least one theoretical framework. So you need to submit it before 24/11, 5 p.m. Okay, so that's the end of our discussion. Okay, I hope that you get the idea on how to do a literature review. Okay, I know that you have done it before, but I hope that you can make some reflection. Okay, does it really suit your research purpose or your research topic? Okay, that's all for today. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.